Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a free training. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Today we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna I was like, is that in the right spot? Come closer, my dear. Just kidding. Today we're gonna have fun. Today we're going to break down how to tap into quantum success. We're also going to talk about the new moon. Let me pull on some music while we wait for a few people to join. I'm going to share. Sorry that only a few people pop up. It's so weird. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to pull on some music. We're going to have fun today. Hello, let me know you're here. Throw me some hearts. Some hashtag replay for those that are coming back later. Today we're going to break down this new moon. We're going to break down how to truly master the energy of the new moon while also holding the space as a practitioner, as a coach, as a therapist, as a starseed. We're also going to talk about the 13 moon systems and why astrology has us in chaos. We're also going to talk about tapping into your quantum success and anchoring that into this new energy. So welcome to this new season. It's a new season. For a very long time, we have been taught, hello Marianne, hello Butcher, Ghostman, welcome, 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 beautiful souls. Last night we had a really amazing channeling event. We talked about the 13 moon systems, and I want to carry that over. This is something that I share on all my platforms because it's super, super important to know. As moon children, as beautiful children of the sun, we hold codes, memories, magic, ancient truth, prophecy within us. We hold soul gifts. And when we are out of alignment with those gifts, when we're out of alignment with the moon, the sun, and the planet systems, we are in fucking chaos. And that has been the magic that has been inlaid in our systems on a quantum, energetic, and societal space. I've been witnessing it. I've been in the space, watching it for about 4 or 5 years now. And this year it's really, really strong. So I've been tapping into the 13 moons and astronomy and where the planets really are at this time. It's really beautiful. In Western astrology, everybody's talking about all these planets in Aries. Hello, beautiful Nessa. Welcome. Everybody's talking about all these planets in Aries. And clients are coming to me in anxiety and chaos in this space of all these things that I'm supposed to be doing, but it doesn't feel like I have the energy to do that. Now, just a reminder, one of my biggest teachings that I share is what it feels like. Energy, frequency, chakras, sound, nature, sex, all of it. What does it feel like? To return our divinity to our body is key to mastering this human experience. Period. Energy mastery is so important. Learning how we operate as empaths, as energy beings through our nervous system, manifestation, all of the tools is learning how to be human. We've been living in autopilot. We have been living in autopilot. We were raised to live in autopilot. It's normal, it's natural. And in Western astrology, with all the planets moving into Aries, it's creating a false movement of chaos, which adds to war and destruction and creates war within us. Now this is exactly why there's chaos happening in the outside environment. If you tune into the earth and you tune into you, how does it feel? We're still blooming. We're still coming to this space of shedding. We're still coming to this space of a fresh breath. Now, if you look at the earth, if you look at the 13 moons, we are literally, welcome Daniel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you look at the 13 moons, we are still in Pisces season. We are in Pisces season until April 21st. Now that would bring Maypole, that would bring Mabon, not Mabon, Beltane, May 1st, in between March and the summer solstice, that would bring that really big April energy. Now, if you think about it, and if you're connecting to the earth, that is when all of the animals are so Twitter-pated, the earth is like, oh boy. And if you feel it, our sexual inheritance grows stronger, right? Even our inner procreation kicks in, right? The animals are coming out of hibernation. Right now, they're just coming out of hibernation and they're just starting to eat. They're just starting to refill themselves. The birds that are flying over are refilling themselves from flying from wherever they flew from, right? And the rains, the waters, it's still coming through the darkness of Pisces. It's still coming through that space of pleasure, opening to the space of love, opening to that space of energy. So if we're looking at it from astronomy and energetically and looking at the earth, she's not pushing. She's not pushing to start pushing things through the earth. Fuck no, it's still cold at night, right? The frogs have just come out. Wherever you are in the world, it's still a slower space. So I really invite you into what it feels like within your body. Not the scrolling, not Western astrology, not what the readers are saying. Really allowing yourself to connect to earth. What does it feel like? What does it sound like? How does it feel inside your body? And if we bring that into embodiment, this helps us build this next step that we're stepping into. We are human creators. We are creators. And it's very, very beautiful. But if we're in a space of chaos, we're not creating. If we're in a space of struggle, we're not creating. If we're in a space of chaos, we're in survival mode. It's hard to create in survival mode. It's hard to create art or song or businesses. It's hard to be successful in survival mode. It's hard to call in wealth or feel wealthy in survival mode. It's been very interesting watching how the matrix systems are creating our energy, are creating the systems of societal patterns. So I invite you into tuning into your earthly connection. What does it feel like for you? If you're in a really strong, amazing energy, go for it. Do the things, right? If you're still stepping into the space of rebirth, of gently calling it in energetically, and you're like, fuck, this is starting to feel great. The days are getting longer. It's starting to get exciting. This is where you're supposed to be. When we look at the earth systems, wintertime is that space of cleansing out our soul. It's that space of cleansing out our subconscious, rewriting mindsets, changing our belief systems, really connecting to how to create new seasons and systems. Once we get into springtime, we're like, okay, we're shedding all that shit off. We're cleansing our bodies. We're cleansing our energy. We're detoxing. We're doing whatever we're called to do. When we're stepped into the harmonics of earth, we truly create. Now, come summertime, that's when all the energy's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's when we're really thriving in business or clients or whatever it is we're calling in, right? Connections, unions, I'm looking at new cars, whatever it is that we're calling in, that's when the energy's like, oh, it's going to be good. And then come harvest season, that's the time to really receive. Really feel that, yes, I am reaping the rewards of all the energy that I did all winter. The work that I put in the spring. The power that I put in the summer to receive in the fall. That's why all the summits that I create are of the medicine wheel, because it helps us reconnect to the harmonics of the energy systems within us. When this happens, we are unstoppable. And the energy flows. If we're not creating with Mother Earth, we're not manifesting. Manifesting? I don't even like that word. Co-creation is the thing. If we're not in alignment with Mother Earth, we're not in alignment with ourselves. If we're not in alignment with the energies of creation, there's a misstep, and it creates that mental health struggle. And it creates that survival mode, which triggers all of those ancestral patterns and triggers all of those societal patterns, anxiety and mental health and chaos and all of the things. When the collective is in chaos, so much easier to control, right? When the collective is in chaos, it's so much easier to implant, desensitize poison with the food we're eating. Like, it's so much easier because we're in survival mode. So part of this work is returning to earth, returning to our fucking power, and allowing ourselves to break out of those old societal patterns and claim that space of, wait a second, this is what I'm choosing to be. As a therapist, as a practitioner, as a coach, as a starseed, as a magical practitioner, this is the key to being the magician. And this moon, this new moon, is the last new moon in Pisces. I have literally watched the difference of the energy, and it's very, very, very amazing. I am like, wow, universe, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for showing me. In my own practices, there's still a few things that I was unweaving and letting go of old scarcity patterns, scarcity wounds, playing small, right? Again, through the wintertime, what are we calling for within ourselves? This is that quantum version. This is that newness that we're calling in. This is that new energy. And again, when we're in survival mode, all of those wounds, money, clients, fears, ancestral patterns, all of those are really, really, really strong. So really checking your energy is going to be really important. What does survival mode feel like? What does your nervous system feel like? The other day, it was super simple. I worked really fucking hard. I started a new exercise routine, and I was working out in the sun a lot, building the garden, and it put me into exhaustion, put me into survival mode. Instantly, I was like, I need to have 10 jobs and 100 more clients or else I'm not going to make it. That's where my brain goes, right? I'm a single mom. I was like, wait a second. No, wait a second. That's not the energy that I'm calling forward. I started meditation. I checked myself, my nervous system. Where am I at? And it was like, those were those old patterns, right? I connected with the mycelium. I sent in the nourishment, which I teach about the mycelium and how to co-create in the Shamanic Breakthrough course. And I teach you the tools to co-create your reality. But to keep it simple, I sent in what I was calling in to nourish a new client. 5 minutes later, not even kidding you, a new client reached out for a reading. Like, amazing. The Akashic Records readings that I do break through some of those energetic systems of doubt, of fear, of ancestral patterns, of soul patterns that are keeping us from becoming that conscious creator. But it was really interesting to see how my energy wove that space of scarcity. It was the first thing I went to was like, how am I going to do it? Mind you, we've been solid, right? My stuff has been solid for a few months now. Like, wait a second, that's an old story. So really checking yourself, checking your energy, and checking what is bringing you into that survival mode. Is it people? Is it places? Is it exhaustion? It's a huge one for me. Is it old work patterns, right? We are here to be energy masters. And the more we understand that flow of energy, the more we learn to co-create. Now, bringing you into a space of the quantum version of us and shamanic practitioner work that I've been doing, I was taught in the wintertime that we're unweaving the soul. We're weeding the weeds from the soul. Mindsets, belief system, childhood patterns, past life patterns. This is what I teach in the Shadow Alchemy. That is a 6-week course. If anybody's interested, it breaks down the course. Super, super simple. It's not the full shamanic breakthrough. It's just 5 to 6 weeks. But it teaches you those 4 steps of unweaving those spots within you. When we're doing that, it helps us step into this new energy, right? And we're weeding those spaces out of our soul so we can plant in what it is that we're connecting to, that purpose, that passion that we're connected to. We're all here with a gift. We're all here with a purpose. We're all here with something that we're supposed to do. That's why we're here, right? You wouldn't be in this group if you didn't have some sort of gift, purpose, passion, dream, a why that brings you into showing up every day. We are star seeds. We are old souls with ancient medicine ready to pour through us. It's beautiful. But those old fucking threads keep us from receiving more of that power. So in the wintertime, when we're unweaving that energy, we're like, what are the new things? What are the new downloads? What is the new thing, right? What is something that you have been working on diligently? It could be something that you've had for a long time and you just unwove more things, right? It could be you're already stepped very well into your practice as a practitioner, a massage therapist, energy master, whatever, Reiki master, whatever it is, shaman maybe. But what was stopping you or blocking you from receiving more of that? Sometimes it's really fine threads. So what I've noticed with this new moon is not just this new moon, but this whole 3-month cycle. Again, it goes in cycles. A big thing for me was, I'm getting raw. I'm getting vulnerable. I've stepped into the Hathorian High Priestess and channeling the goddess in real time with beautiful souls and doing classes, like a bigger scale of what I do. In the past, I used to work for the elderly. One of my favorite things to do. Again, getting back to this quantum version of ourselves, right? And the last 3 moons, I've been offered that job of working for an elderly, doing in-home care. And in my heart, I'm like, I did like that. I did really like that. And it came up again for this new moon. And it was like, when we're weaving with the universe, we have to be very, very clear. If we want noodles, I posted this on my page. It was very cute. If we want noodles, but we've been receiving French fries, family patterns, societal patterns, fitting into other people patterns, right? French fries. But we want noodles. Say, I've been a high priestess, right? I want noodles. I'm calling in clients, mastery, shamanism, teaching, classes, public speaking. Like, this is what I've been really, really focusing on for a long time. The universe is going to offer you noodles. You have to decide, do you want the French fries or do you want the noodles? For me, that in-home care, a great part of my life. Amazing. I was also a carpenter. I loved that. But those were French fries. I'm here for noodles. My purpose is noodles, right? So I keep running this through my mind of noodles, French fries. That in-home care for me was noodles. So I had to let it go. And in this current now, I was like, I let that go, right? That was a thing that I let go to prepare for this new moon, which is Friday. It's tomorrow, right? Also some spaces of self-sacrifice and people-pleasing. Like, these are very fine threads that are woven into our subconscious. And no matter where you are on that journey, don't hold guilt or shame for people-pleasing or whatever it might be. Some addictions that are keeping you from mastering your energy. Who knows what it is. And remember that this is part of the threads, the finer threads of our weaving, like Grandmother Spider. This is how we're unweaving those old energies to receive noodles, right? So I was sitting with a beautiful sister, and see, there's spaces where no longer fit energy, no longer fit where we're going forward. Sometimes letting go of those things is difficult, but again, quantumly, and working with the universe of manifestation, co-creation, do we want French fries or do we want noodles? And really sitting with that. Also in that same space, we have to trust in ourselves and God consciousness within us and the universe that it's going to provide more noodles, right? We're running businesses. We have homes and bills to pay and children to provide for, right? But we still have to have that space of trust and surrender within ourselves, our spirit team in the universe, that it's going to bring us more noodles, which is very uncomfortable. I was sitting with my journal today, and I'm going to share this just a little bit deeper. The word Job in the Bible, he suffered. Like, he suffered. And he still trusted that space of God was leading him. Same concept, but stepping out of Job, stepping out of suffering, stepping out of survival is such a hard pattern for us because we've been in that for thousands of years. And to return to being a co-creator, return to trusting yourself and the universe that these threads are going to be pulled and all of it's going to be provided for, it's uncomfortable. But it can be done. And again, the universe is simple. The law of attraction is simple. Do you want French fries or do you want noodles? Honey, if you want noodles, stop accepting French fries. The universe is going to make a way for it to be possible. It's part of co-creating with the universe. It's part of the threads of existence. These are those deeper keys that Brother Yeshua was sharing. It's very powerful. So getting to this quantum version. Okay, all winter we've unwoven things that we don't want. I don't want certain types of work, certain types of friendship, certain types of habits, certain types of food, whatever it is. We know what we don't want. How can we bring in more of what we want? That space of co-creation. If we're focusing on the things we don't want, It's not going to bring in the things that we do. Abraham Hicks was really, really big on this. And sometimes my spirit team reminds me, Beautiful Hoffer reminds me, like, putting too much pressure on the things you want is not being in a space of gratitude. And when we're worried about bills and clients and the things that we need, right, our human needs, if we're worried about them not being there, it's not bringing them in any faster. So I've been using a really powerful tool, Quantumly, to really anchor in what it is we're calling in. And I've been bringing it to a space of connection within and really feeling the difference of that chaos, the survival mode, versus what I'm choosing within myself. Our stardust, I know I bring this a lot, but it's so powerful. Our stardust is that power. And when we are aligning quantumly what we're choosing into that power center, that is what moves us. It's very, very beautiful. So it's a small reminder of really tuning into your heart space, really tuning into your space of creation. What are you aligning to? What does that business success feel like? What do those clients feel like? What does that more feel like? What does being provided for feel like? What does having a full booked paid schedule feel like? What if it's booked events, retreats? What does it feel like? And that drives us. And when we're bringing that into the root system, it lights up the path. I don't want to get too deep. I teach these things in the classes if you guys are interested to join me. But it's powerful. Then there's a space of surrender. Like, okay, this is that energy I'm aligning to. All that stuff is just an outside frequency. And then bringing it into this now moment, what are some of those frequencies, people, places, things, receivings that are already aligned with that? Again, if we're focused on more or focused on how is it going to work out, then we're not focused on what is already here in the present moment, which is, again, another mirror dimension. It's going in 3 levels. What we don't want, what we do want, what we already have. When we break it down to this level and really tuning into that space of gratitude, like, you already have that. You already have that thing. Yes, universe, I want more of that. So I've been in this game. We'll call it a game with the universe. It's been very beautiful. And every night before I go to bed, I cleanse my energy. I release all energy that is my own. I'm a practitioner. I'm a shamanic practitioner. I do readings. Like, I connect with a lot of people sometimes, and it can be heavy. So I've been in the space of I use the smudging wand, and I use the selenite wand, and I reconnect what I'm aligning to. And then I really look at the day, and I was like, fuck yes, more of this. More of this. These are the noodles, universe. These are the noodles that we want, which is really, really cool. And sometimes when there's french fries and you notice that there's french fries, you're like, that's not the thing I want. And really pay attention to the vibration of the difference between the things that you want, because every day you're looking at both, probably. And really allowing yourself to see that of like, that's not really what I want, but thank you for allowing me to see it. I'm releasing that for my energy. This is what I want more of. The more that we do that, we're creating pattern recognition in our brain. We're wiring it into our nervous system. We're wiring it into the earth. And we're showing the universe, thank you. Yes, more of this, please. This feels really good. I really like this. The more that we do that, the stronger it gets. The more that we do that, the stronger it gets. By summertime, you're not even going to recognize me. I swear. Because I'm programming that into my life. I'm programming that into my shows. I'm programming that into my business. I'm programming that into my finances. Like, you're not even going to recognize me. Now, I want to talk a bit about haters, since we're in this space of magnetizing, projecting energy, and showing the universe what you want. Sometimes there is those spaces of haters or envy or whatever you want to call it. We're not going to cast any judgments, but I want you to be very, very present with your energy. Again, bringing it back to energy. If you're having a day or a few days that are super off, really check into where that's coming from. If you're having thoughts, because psychic thoughts are a thing, If you're having thoughts that aren't in your normal sphere of what you've been working towards or what you've been programming yourself to believe and connect to, these could be outside energies. When this happens, here's shadow alchemy. When this happens, you allow them to come into your vortex. You allow them to come into your energy, and you're transmuting them right there in that now moment. Thank you for allowing me to see you. I see the old pattern that it was connected to. I transmute it in this now moment and release all strings that are connected to the person, place, or thing. You're literally breaking the contract right there. And you're not only breaking the contract, you're mastering your empath skills and not being a victim to it, but instead learning to master your thoughts, your feelings, and your energy and transmuting it. This only amplifies more energy for you. The more we do these tools, the stronger we're going to be. It's very, very beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I'd love to know if anybody has any questions. If anybody would like to share anything, I'm going to throw a couple cards for this new moon. Not sure why, it sounded fun. I see beautiful Dominique. Daniel, welcome. Nessa, welcome. Hello, everybody. Sometimes it doesn't show the comments. It's very frustrating. I do see them after. I thought about, I'll put a public post, but I thought about doing these in a live meetup room and recording it and bringing in coaching in the now moment. I thought that would be an awesome way to support beautiful souls on their journey, and it would make it more interactive and it would make it more fun. And it would be, again, part of my free offering, but it would be, I would be able to coach you guys in this now moment with whatever questions you have, with whatever the topic is. I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. Sometimes people don't want to be on the camera, but maybe I'm not manifesting people like that anymore, right? We are here to master this world. We're here to master this matrix. We're here to master from poverty to wealth, from struggled relationships to divine unions, right? And the people that I call into my vortex are here to master their medicine, their energy, this ascension process, and become a better practitioner. And I love that. So if you're uncomfortable on camera, I invite you to get out of your comfort zone, right? And to stretch beyond what you're capable of, because that's what we're here for. And allow yourself to receive the knowledge and also share the teachings, right? So if that's something that you guys would be interested, I would love to know. I think that'd be way more fun. I would still post the videos in the group so everybody would be able to watch them, but I thought just that'd be more fun. Real-time coaching in the now moment would be amazing. Okay, comments and comments don't always work on Facebook. They haven't for a long time. It's part of the shadow banning, I think, that Facebook goes through with some of the topics that I teach. So if we met every week in a Google Meet place, that wouldn't be a problem anymore. Okay, so what are we doing? We are doing the current energy, the past experiences. We're doing the higher power, where we're going. We're also doing the things that we're going to amplify. Things that we're amplifying. I haven't done cards in a long time. I don't really do a lot of cards anymore. It's very interesting. The things that we're amplifying and the roots that brought us here. Ooh. Okay. So the current energy of this new moon is this Three of Cups, which is also the space of inspiration. And notice how they all have shells. In this deck, the Knight of Cups, he's playing chess. And the chessboard has chess pieces, but he has a shell, right? And that brings me to the space of the light workers, the medicine workers, the prophets, the medicine holders, the fire keepers, which are all of you beautiful souls are part of that system. We're not even playing with chess pieces anymore. We're playing with love. We're playing with light. We're playing with energy. We're playing with the power of our inner stardust, which is super powerful. So this brings me to that space of how can we amplify more of that and bring that together with all of us. Again, part of that Google Meet thing, connecting in Google Meet. To share that together, to amplify each other's gifts, to practice those spaces of telekinesis and healing and astral projection, whatever it is, right? Remote viewing. How can we support each other to grow our gifts into a wider space, to become better practitioners, energy masters, parents, students, relationship holders, right? Partners. We're here to support each other in becoming better, right? And being better humans and being better starseeds and being better. That doesn't happen without going through the sludge. And not getting stuck in shadow work. A big reminder, not getting stuck in shadow work. Shadow work isn't supposed to be it's a lifetime thing, but we're transmuting the energy to become the master that takes shadow alchemy. If anybody's interested in that class, reach out. Okay, so the energy of the past is the space of not being able to see universal's blessings. She's looking at the 3 cups. She's looking at what she has. Yes. But she's kind of looking at you. She's not looking at the swing with fun. She's not looking at receiving from the universe. It's also bringing me to the Ace of Cups, allowing ourselves to receive a new spiritual blessing. I hear a highlighted core memory. Interesting. I'm also looking at somebody could be shifting a subconscious pattern that they're really, really struggling with. If that is you, feel free to reach out for a personal reading. It also brings me to she's got fire in her hair. So there's something about somebody's thoughts could be really struggling at this time. Repeating thought patterns. Somebody's struggling in that too. There's also a space of not feeling very connected to the earth. She's wearing blue shoes. This could be a space of emotional disruption. If you're struggling with your emotions, there's tools to support you in that. Like the ship is really unsteady. Interesting. Can you allow the blessings that are coming forward? And it's not just being able to see them. It's being prepared to receive them. Ooh. Goddess got us on point today. Being prepared to receive them. Is your cup already full? Again, going back to weeding the soul. If your cup is already full, how can you receive the new thing? That's why detox is important. Mindsets are important, all the things. And it brings me to affirmations. If we're just putting in affirmations on top of a dirty cup, are we going to be able to receive them? Again, going back to shadow alchemy. You have to be cleaning out the sludge in order to receive the new thing. And also going back to the things that I was letting go of through this new moon experience. Really looking at what you're letting go of so you can receive the new thing. The roots that brought us here is really, really beautiful. We're looking at collaborations in the 6 of Pentacles. The roots that are holding you strong and steady is your ability to give and receive light, give and receive love. And also the space of you're crafting your magic, crafting your medicine, crafting your energy, crafting your spiritual gifts, and truly allowing yourself to hold that, to be that, to support yourself in that. There's also a space of there's some eyes on you, but really if you're staying in your craft and you're staying steady in your craft, it's going to help things not feel so pressured, right? There's also this one person in this 3 of Pentacles. It's like, there's an energy of they want what you have, but still staying in your craft, staying in your craft, staying in your craft, staying in your craft. There's also a space of distractions, really checking your distractions, the phone scrolling, the commercials, sometimes like the ADHDers, I get a lot of those as well. The neurodivergence. Sometimes when we get overwhelmed, we're going in so many different directions that we're no longer steady within ourselves. Really making sure that that's steady within you. Because we're bringing forward this newness. And I love this card. Because it's springtime now. This is the last new moon in Pisces. The sun shifts into April on the 21st. I'm like, let me look at where this next new moon is. Or in the next full moon. Did I not write it down? I always write down the moons. Oh, it's May 1st. And the full moon is in Libra. Is it Libra or Scorpio? Interesting. Yeah. And then the next new moon. Interesting. Yeah, I'll sit with that. Breaking through the Gregorian calendar. And then something that we're supposed to be focusing on is Seven of Pentacles. Where our time and energy is going at this time. Are we planting new seeds? Are we dreaming? Are we allowing ourselves to be inspired? Pisces season is going with the flow of dreams, going with the flow of energy, going with the flow of transformation, really subconscious patterns, really allowing yourself to plant new seeds into the subconscious and also in your reality. The more time that we're putting into our dreams rather than distractions, they're going to be more fruitful, especially coming through the summertime when they're starting to grow. So really being mindful of where you're putting your energy. Are you putting your energy into the new thing? Or are you putting your energy into a distraction? Are you putting your energy into the things that are going to bring you abundance? Or are you putting them into existing, right? Really paying attention to where you're putting your energy and what it feels like in your body is going to be really, really helpful. Okay, one more final. I like this. Again, following the map. The Knight of Pentacles. It may be slow. Ooh, probably nerves. I hear nerves of steel. Interesting. This map. Allowing yourself to follow the steps. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. That's a lot of power, right? So this Knight of Wands is amplifying the power in the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to start going faster, right? We're in the year of the horse. We're stepping into Aries season. Really being mindful of, where you're putting your energy and allowing yourself to set boundaries where things aren't in alignment anymore. This fire horse energy, she isn't playing around. She doesn't want anything out of alignment. If a coworker, if a collaborator, if there's spaces that are not in alignment, it's not going to stay in the systems of creation. This is our year. Allowing yourself to set boundaries with the things you don't want. Again, French fries and noodles. Allowing yourself to set boundaries and saying, what is self-sacrifice? Even with yourself and your spirit team, what is that self-sacrifice? Is it your spirit team or is it the mindsets of the past that make me feel like we have to go faster? To amplify this, because we are strong. The Lyrians have been coming through a lot. The Lyrians have been bringing these beautiful star codes of strength and I hear independency, sovereignty, to amplify and fuel these new steps. There's also a space of letting yourself see how far you've come while not looking in the past, but allowing yourself to set boundaries. Seeing the beauty that you've created within yourself. Seeing the beauty that you're creating within your daily practices, within your self-mastery, within your self-love, within your rituals. It's going to be really, really beautiful. I love that. Good stuff. I haven't done a reading in a long time. That was kind of fun. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. She is the witch of the tarot and she is on fucking fire. And here she's been calling in noodles and now there's tons of noodles, right? The noodles follow her. Kind of like those mantras you hear with money or finances. It's like, money comes to me easily. Money comes in fast. But maybe it's not just money, right? It's things that you're really calling in noodles, right? Noodles, clients, support. Maybe it's a coach. Maybe it's a mentor, right? Maybe it's mastering your soul gifts or finding your purpose, right? What is that thing? And allowing yourself to receive it. I'm really looking at her purple hair. I really, really like that. I also see this space of allowing yourself to feel sexy in your skin again. Allowing yourself to feel good about what you're doing. Feel good about where you're going and what you want. What you're doing and building. Like allowing yourself to feel good. And again, setting boundaries to any people, places, or thing that you don't want to feel good around. Yes, it brings me a lot of Hawthorne energy with this, with the cows as well. Beautiful. All right, beautiful souls. If anybody is seeking a reading, a connection with the Hawthorns, a channeled message, Akashic readings, or any of the classes, feel free to reach out. And I love you. You're beautiful masters of your own energy. And I hope you're really enjoying the self-mastery and the life that you're creating for yourself. Loving you. Also, we're going to be changing the time of these lives. And I will put a poll in the group of the best time that we think it would flow for. I'm kind of shifting to afternoons quite a bit. Some of the classes that I do will be in the evening. And I'll be working in an office soon in town. So, yeah. Anyway, love you, beautiful souls. We'll see you guys next week. I hope you have an amazing day. Happy new moon. Blessings be to thee, beautiful souls. Blessings be to thee. You're welcome, Marianne. Loving you.